Hello everyone and welcome to my channel if you are new. If you're not new, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina and today I'm doing something that I did last year. Something that I look back at and it's like one of my best videos I did. I'm gonna talk about my favorite music, what I think is the best music that has come out in the year of 2021. And it's gonna be a fun time. So yeah, I'm gonna split this video into two parts. This video is going to be like talking about Western, somewhat mainstream music, and then the second video, it's gonna come up probably later in the week, is gonna be focused on more K-pop music, because if I talk about all of them in one, it's gonna be the longest video I have to date, and I don't feel like editing that. So I'm gonna do what I did last time, just went into two parts. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first album I'm going to talk about is one of the first albums that really stuck with me in 2021, so I feel like it's fitting that's the first one I mention. Hotels by Jasmine Sullivan. Guys, come on, you already know what it is. I have been preaching about this album since it dropped. Jasmine Sullivan kind of took over the music industry for, you know, what, the fourth or fifth time in her long-lasting career with Hotels. Kind of a statement, kind of just historic, dare I say. The album might go down in history. One of the best albums I've listened to in a while, but especially this year, like, kind of set the standard for what music should sound like this year. And some people didn't meet that standard, and that's okay. But yeah, she kind of outsold everyone. That's crazy. Yeah, my top three on this album are Bodies, the intro, because classic. Like, y'all don't praise Bodies enough. It set the tone of the album perfectly. And yes, is it a sad song? Somewhat, kind of, but for an album opener, kind of iconic. Another song I would recommend is Other Side. And then the anti-feminist anthem that I play almost daily, Girl Like Me, featuring her. This song, it's too good not to play all the time. I forget that I'm a feminist when it comes on. It's kind of sick. I don't know how they did that, but I'm not gonna apologize for liking good music. I can't say it's not a bop. Okay, that would be a lie, and I don't lie on this channel. I'm gonna say recommendations and my favorite songs from each of the albums that I mentioned throughout this video. So yeah, those are my top three that I would recommend for Hotels. If you haven't listened to it, I don't know why. I'm assuming you've been living under a rock. This second one I made a video about already, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm going to try not to, because I already dedicated a whole entire video to this woman's album. I'm going to talk about Planet Her by Doja Cat. Y'all already know. Probably album of the year. Not probably, most likely, definitely is. I made a whole video about it. If you guys want to check it out, go ahead. Just ranking the songs and my thoughts about the album overall. You guys know I love this album. My recommendations, I don't think, have changed. I think my recommendations are the top 30 songs that I had before. Though actually, I know that's a lie. The recommendations I would have are Woman, of course, because duh, we want to talk about an album opener. Woman, definitely, like, y'all aren't touching her. Second, Need to Know, the national anthem. Nothing else to really say about that. And then Love to Dream. I feel like everyone forgets that Love to Dream exists on this album, but I don't. I don't forget about it. I feel like I'm the only one that listens to that song because no one else talks about it when they speak of this album. Such an underrated hit. I would recommend it. It's very slowed down, kind of acoustic. You feel like you're in a trance when you listen to it. Like, it's so easy to get lost when you listen to that song. It's so good. But y'all pay it dust. Just terrible. This album, it still hits months later. I'm pretty sure it came out in like June or July. It still hits like 6-7 months later. That's crazy. You know what Doja Cat puts into her music, but it's very addicting, and she's too talented to like not get recognition, not get credit where credit is due. So I'm gonna praise her every time she's the topic of discussion. Okay, next. Next, we have an album that recently dropped, not recently, but like within the last month, a long awaited album that I feel like was somewhat worth the wait when it finally dropped, but I also want more from the artist. I'm going to be talking about An Evening with Silk Sonic by Silk Sonic. Yeah, this album, we waited for like what, a year, like what, 9 months to a year, somewhat in that time frame. With each single that dropped, people were just like, where's the album at? No date, no nothing. Literally, we were getting a little worried, and then they just drop it in November with only like a week's notice. Bruno and Anderson are gonna pay for their crimes, but not today, because this album is excellent. So I guess they can get away with it. They can get away with it, but I need more than a week's notice for some excellence like this. Because I went into the album knowing it was gonna be great. Because hello, Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak, come on, I'm not stupid. So I knew I was gonna listen to something that was gonna be amazing, but I still wasn't prepared because everyone was literally waiting. Like, we felt something building, like something shifted, something unparalleled happened. And when this dropped, people were like talking about it for days. My top 3, my recommendations, Put on a Smile, Smoking Out the Window, and Leave the Door Open. I don't know who they were writing these songs about. I have no idea. But whoever the woman was that they're talking about, teach me your ways, because it's the way that Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars are completely whipped, completely just like foaming at the mouth over this woman that they are talking about. Even in Put on a Smile, where they're crying in the rain begging for the woman back, I was like, wow, she has so much power, and I want her to teach me how she does it, because they were like in the trenches throughout this album. I was like, oh my God, who broke their heart? I'm so scared to find out, but also tell me so I can learn the lessons from this person. These are all great songs. Great songs come from heartbreak and love. Every song on this album is excellent. Like, every song is, I think, a 10 out of 10. If not a 10 out of 10, then like a 9 out of 10. They delivered. They delivered. I wasn't scared that they were not going to. Like, I knew that they were, but yeah, I need them to like drop something else. It doesn't have to be anytime soon. Like, this album can hold me over for like another year maybe, but the next album they drop together, if they want to do something else together, have it be more than 8 songs, please. At least 10. I'm begging. Like, it's not that much of a request. Next, we have another album that I made a video about. Just so much good music this year. Like, my God. I'm gonna be talking about Lately I Feel Everything by Willow. Like I said, made a video on it, so I'm not gonna go too much into this album, because y'all who watched that video, y'all already know. The girls who get it, get it, and the ones that don't. I love this album. Willow did what she had to do. This alternative rock pop thing that's coming back slowly but surely in music, she's kind of leading that, and I'm okay with it, because this album was everything that I wanted and more. And that's that. 3 songs I would recommend. I'm pretty sure they're my same top 3 that I had in my video that I made about this. Naive, Transparent Soul, Gaslight. If you like in your face, somewhat loud, rock-ish music, Transparent Soul and Gaslight are it. If you like slowed down, acoustic, angsty music, Naive is the one for you. It's such a good album, guys. I was re-listening to it today, and I was like, wow, how did she make this? Like, Black women are so excellent. They kind of like run the music industry. Like, that's crazy. In all different genres, all different feels, like multi-talented. I love my people. Next song, not album, song I'm gonna be talking about is Wild Side by Normani featuring Cardi B. I feel like it would have been a disservice to myself and my channel if I didn't put this song on my list. We only got 1 song this year, guys. I know. We are in the trenches, but it's okay, because we know that she's dropping that album next year. She knows it. We know it. The universe knows it. It's been spoken into existence too many times. She sounds like she's ready to drop it at some point next year, and I'm honestly in no rush. I've waited this long. I can wait another year if that's what it takes. Just please. I'm like begging her at this point. Please. If you're gonna drop it next year, then just drop it. I don't care if it takes up until like December 31st of 2022 for you to drop it. Just drop it next year, Normani, because you can't put out this. You can't put out something like Wild Side and expect people to just wait any longer. It's getting a little bit rude. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm feeling so... She puts out this art, this masterpiece. Not even just the song, though the song is, like, production-wise, an experience within itself. But then the music video of the year, no doubt about it. So she puts this out and then no album. No album, at least of this year. This song came out in like August. And then when the promo for this song happened, kind of promo, kind of not. I'm not going to get into that discussion right now. Whenever she was doing an interview, she was talking about how she's ready for the album. She just needs to tweak it a little bit and then like she's ready to drop it whenever. So from that, I can tell that it's mostly done. So I hope we don't have to wait a whole year. I'm begging, I'm hoping, I'm pleading, I'm like, I'm dreading. I'm so scared, guys. I can't. I love her. I love Normani. I really just want her to succeed. And she's doing that with every single song that she puts out. No matter how much y'all want to hate on her and the fact that she only has like a 10-song discography, all of those songs in her discography have been on the charts, have gone at least like triple, double, platinum, gold, whatever. Like, she's pretty successful right now without an album. So for y'all that are like really talking out of your ass, please stop. Like, actually, she's really an artist and she's really out here doing this damn thing. So when that album drops, I know it's gonna be album of the year. If Wild Side and all of her other singles are anything to go by, album of the year. Patience is key when it comes to standing Normani. Like, I've learned and I've grown and I've seen what she can do. So I'm ready for the album whenever she is. Like, at this point, I'm willing to wait however long. I'm just hoping that it's no more than another year. I'm really hoping. But yeah, Wild Side, excellent song. Y'all already know. Y'all, come on now. It's Normani we're talking. It's an excellent song. 10 out of 10. Next, we're gonna be talking about a group, a duo that I mentioned in my last year wrap up for music or whatever. I'm gonna be talking about the Driver Era's newest album, Girlfriend. I don't know how I feel about the Driver Era. Their previous album had me in a chokehold. X, that album, yeah, it's kind of still one of my favorite albums to this day. Like, it's too good. But this album, Girlfriend, doesn't top X. In my opinion, no, but it's different. Like, I don't think I was ready for it. They've been dropping singles for this album for the past like year and a half, so I feel like I should have been ready for it, but yet I wasn't. And yeah, Ross Lynch and Rocky Lynch, they're kind of too good at what they do, from like a production standpoint to the videos they make, from the quality of their vocals, the lyricism, like everything they do in that studio. I kind of want it recorded and put on like my television. Like, I want to see how they do what they do, because it's getting to be a little too much. Like, when I was listening to this album the other day, because I needed to make this list, so I was re-listening to like all my favorite albums of the year and like saying how I would put them on this list. This album was going on my list, no doubt, but while I was listening to it, I was just like, damn, this is like so underrated and I don't know why. I still don't know why. It's very confusing. And I couldn't go to their concert. I'm still so bitter about that. Their concert was last month and I couldn't go. Villain origin story in the works. Recommendations from this album would be When You Need a Man, Number One Fan, and Oh My God, Please Don't Come Around. When You Need a Man is a funky little fun tune. It's about how they are men, and if you want one, they're waiting around. Like, that's like, they're good men. I'm sorry. Though I don't know them, like, based off of that song alone, I trust them, I think. Like, I was swooning when I listened to that song. I was kind of swooning. It was terrible for me. Number One Fan, it's just about them being simps for their girlfriends. There's no other way to put that. Even the video itself is very cute. I like the instrumental for it a lot. I think it's one of the most catchy songs on the album, which is why I'm recommending it. And then Oh My God, Please Don't Come Around. There's the interlude with this title, and then there's the full song. They understood the assignment, because y'all know my complaint about interludes. They're always the shortest songs on the album. But then after they put the interlude, they put the full song for this next on the track list. So I was like, okay, see, they get it. They understand what to do. I was like, this song is too good to be an interlude, and then they put the full song next. Yeah, it was a single, and I remember playing it months on end waiting for the album, and then I got the album and it was nothing short of excellent. But this is definitely one of the best singles and songs that they released on this album. If you like old like 80s type of music, this is kind of up your alley. They follow like a lot of retro trends that came from that music era during that time period, and they do it really well. Like, it's not corny. It's very, very good, at least for this album. Their last album had a totally different sound. Their last album was pretty rock driven, like modern rock driven. This album totally different, which I loved. I was like, thank you for switching it up. Next, I have an album made by a YouTuber. I did this last year too, because she just keeps putting out great music every year, and I feel like it's rude of me not to include her on the list. Happy in Retrospect by Kenny, aka Kenny JD. If you guys know her, she's a YouTuber. She does those bad movies and a beat videos that are very popular. She does like makeup content, vlogs, all that stuff. She's kind of my queen. I love this woman so much. I love her YouTube channel. I also like really love her music. Everything that she comes out with, I listen to because she's too good at what she does. Happy in Retrospect, one of my favorite albums of the year, and probably the best one that she's released as of like her 3 different EPs. This is the best one that she has released. I know that like when it comes to YouTuber music, it could be sometimes cringy and bad, to put it point blank period, but Kenny's music is actually really good. I would recommend all of her EPs. They're just so good, and you can hear the growth in each one, and like how it like the production is, and like her voice in general. Like, there's growth there, and I love to see it. Like, she's just so good. 3 songs I would recommend: Don't Say That You Love Me, one of the best songs to come out this year. Sorry. And then Sabotage, really good. A toxic song about sabotaging yourself and everything that makes you happy. I felt a little seen. I felt a little disrespected and attacked, but I love the song. And then Your Favorite Mess. Another great song on the album, Your Favorite Mess. Yeah, the song is hilarious. I wouldn't count it as an actual song, but it is, but it's not, but it's funny. So I listened to this song when I need a good laugh. Kenny is just really good what she does. If you guys want, you should subscribe to her YouTube channel, because she's really, really, really cool. Her content, really good. The bad movies and the beats crack me up. Every single one, just amazing. And then her music, top tier. Listen to it. Next album I want to talk about is an album that I wanted to make a video for, but didn't get a chance to because I still don't know how to rank the songs on this album. I don't think I ever will, but that's not to say that it's not one of the best albums I've listened to in a minute. I'm going to be talking about 30 by Adele, because Adele, this woman, she decided to drop an album this year, finally. It's been like, what, 6 years? 6, 5, I have no idea. Time is lost whenever Adele puts out a new album, because you forget like she's making music somewhere out in the world over these past like 5 years until she actually drops, and you're just like, oh my god, yeah, Adele, she's around, she exists. Yeah, that's how I felt, especially when Easy on Me dropped. I was like, oh my god, Adele is coming back. Like, I think the world wasn't ready. The world was like hyping up this comeback, including me, because Adele makes music for sad people. Adele makes music for real people, real, recognized real. Adele makes music for the real ones, and you know what? She didn't miss again. She has yet to miss, and it's getting to the point where like I just don't even know what to say. Like, y'all already know what Adele puts out. Y'all know what music she makes. Y'all know that she only makes hits, right? So yeah, it's an excellent album. One day I might feel confident enough to make a video ranking the songs, but all I can really do for you in this given moment in time is recommend you my favorites and go about it from there. Cry Your Heart Out. It's one of the songs I claimed when the track list dropped, before the album even dropped. I claimed this as soon as I saw the track list because I was like, oh my god, Cry Your Heart Out, that sounds like my kind of anthem. And I was not wrong. It's really, really good. Hoping she makes it a single, but something's telling me that she won't, that she's already going back into her cave to like hibernate for a few years. So I feel like it's not going to become a single. But in a perfect world, she would make it a single. I guess we'll never know. Next song I would recommend is Oh My God. Adele's really going through it. I mean, in all her albums, she's going through it, but this one, my God. My God. Divorce really just like, oh my God. I felt like I went through a divorce when I listened to this album. It was a lot. Yeah, oh my God, just listen to it and you'll get it. And then the last song I would recommend is My Little Love. It's just a dedication to her son, a song for her son about all of this marital stuff that she went through with her husband and why she had to do it. And it made me cry the first listen. I still can't listen to it without crying a little bit, like not full on crying, but like tearing up. It's just a really heartfelt, somewhat sad song, and I love it. I would recommend it, but my God, listen to it with tissues nearby. Next album is an album that's like a soundtrack for a movie. I'm gonna be talking about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, the album. Cause yeah, this album, look, Marvel make great soundtracks for their movies when they want to do a soundtrack. So like, of course, Black Panther soundtrack was good. And I think that's the only soundtrack that was made for a Marvel movie. So I was like, oh, Shang-Chi is getting one. That's interesting. I listened to it. I did not think it was going to be one of the best albums I listened to this year. It exceeded all expectations. Every single artist that was featured on this soundtrack did not miss a single beat. And I appreciate that. They all understood the assignment and good for them. Like, honestly, there's not a single song on this album that I dislike. I was playing this album for at least a month straight, daily. It was ridiculous, but also not, because I never got bored because every song felt different. Every song fit a different mood. Plus the different artists that they included. They had a lot of artists. They had Zion T. If you guys don't know, K-pop artist. I was surprised that they included him in this. Zion T. They had Sweetie. They had DPR, who I will mention later on. Nicki. I had no idea this Nicki woman exists, but she has some of my favorite songs on this. Like, she's kind of ridiculous. They had Rick Ross on it. It had Rich Brown on it. Like, there were a lot of artists on this album that served, that delivered. And this took a while for me to figure out what recommendations to put, because I genuinely like every single song on this album. Like, every single song is a 10. I think there are 20 songs on this. I think there are 20 songs on this soundtrack, so that's kind of insane. 88 Rising, I think the producers of it were, and Rich Brian. I know that he had a hand in almost every single song. They kind of ate. They kind of devoured. And I feel like a lot of people paid this soundtrack dust for some reason, which is crazy. 3 songs I would recommend: Every Summertime by Nicki, because it's really, really excellent. I kid you not. I play this song like around the house still daily. I play it for my friends, family. Like, it's too good. Everyone who knows me knows this song. Like, I'm kind of obsessed. I had no idea who this Nicki woman is. She has at least 3 different songs on the soundtrack, but this is definitely the best one. Listen to it. It will make you feel good. Next song I will recommend is War with Heaven by Keshi, another artist I've never heard of, but his voice is beautiful. One of the best songs on the album as well. His voice is like honey. And the other song I would recommend is Diamonds and Pearls, or Diamonds T Pearls by DPR Live and DPR Ian. If y'all know me, if y'all follow me on Twitter, y'all know how I feel about DPR. So I'm gonna get into it later. But yeah, those 3 songs, if you wanna just like put your toes into the album, just like see what it feels like, those 3 songs definitely. And then listen to the rest of the album and feel amazing doing so. I Will Never Lead You Astray. Next, I have another album that I made a video about, but I had to include in this one as well because, hello, While You Were Out by Boys World. Yeah, you guys know how I feel about Boys World. You guys know how I feel about this. Not even album, it's an EP. I think it only has 5 songs. Waiting for them to drop an album or something. They dropped a single during the summer. I need something else. I would love something else. I know that they're probably working on something, cooking something up in their little home studio, but I need something else. But for now, I guess I can just talk about this EP and the few songs I would recommend. I would recommend Tiptoe and Relapse. That hasn't changed. I think I recommended those songs in my previous video about them. Like, those are the best 2 songs out of the 5, I feel like, and they weren't even promoted really as singles, to be honest. Like, Relapse is a single, but it wasn't promoted like the other 3 songs that were, so that's strange. But yeah, those are the best 2 songs, no doubt about it. Next song is Have Mercy by Chloe. Just a single, just a song, just a little fun song about butts, and she ate it up. Y'all can be mad all you want, y'all can be hateful, sinister, evil, all you want, but she still ate it. Months later, people are still having discourse about a fun song about butts. Y'all need to give it up to whoever you worship, because it makes no sense to me. Still doesn't, but Chloe still served on this song. From the production to the lyrics to the vocals to the little rap section that she did, top tier. It's so good. Like, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about the music video. I'm thinking about the performances that she's had with this song this year. It's just so good. Like, she did something that needed to be done, and she served it well. Yeah, there's nothing more to say about it. Y'all already know. Y'all have already listened to this song. I have nothing else to say other than stay mad, I guess, because some of y'all are just gonna do that. Stay mad about this song, this one song that came out all these months ago that y'all still have arguments, full-on arguments over on the Bird app, arguing with pixels. That's embarrassing. Okay, next album I'm gonna be talking about is an album that came out in early 2021 that I totally forgot came out this year, because this year feels like it's been going on forever. Life Support by Madison Beer. This album, I don't know what I was expecting. I saw the timeline talking about it and I was just like, when did everyone become a Madison Beer stan? I was so confused. I go into the album and I'm just like, oh. I was like, oh, I get it. I see. I hear what y'all hear. I see what you see. I get it. Yeah, this album is excellent. Madison Beer did not come to play. I'm pretty sure she's been promoting this album with like the singles for at least a few years before the actual full-fledged album came out, because the delay for it was, it's ridiculous. But it finally dropped and her fans were very loud on Twitter when it did, so of course I had to listen to it, and when I did, I understood. I did not know she could sing like that. I guess that's my fault. I've known of Madison Beer, but like, I've never listened to a single song by her in my life. When I listened to this whole album, something in me just felt a little healed, but also a little sad. Whoever hurt her, you will be dealt with. Like, for real, whoever hurt her on this album, you will definitely be dealt with. Nothing else to really say about it. Very, very good. Like, I sometimes play the album on shuffle and I'm just like, damn, I totally forgot that this exists. I totally forgot that this is one of the best albums. And she doesn't get her credit where credit is due sometimes. Like, she really does serve in the vocal department. I just feel like many people like overlook her because she's so pretty, which is terrible. Like, no one believes that someone that pretty can be that talented. That's my personal belief, because I don't understand why she's so underrated. Like, it makes no sense. Like, she's looks like that and she has voice and she's a white woman. I feel like she should be all over the charts, and yet she's not. That's a little strange to me. I don't know what's going on there. My recommendations, if you haven't heard the album already, Stay Numb and Carry On. I'm telling you, my girl was hurt badly, crying, sobbing, screaming. It was like, this album will make you feel things. Yeah. Selfish, I'm pretty sure that was one of the singles that she dropped before the album, but I had no idea it existed until I listened to the album in full. Definitely a very, very good song. Sad, but a very good song. Third, Homesick. I like Homesick a lot. I think everyone agrees that it's one of the best songs on the album. Next album I'm going to be talking about is Sour by Olivia Rodrigo, because duh. This album kind of had a hold on the charts And I think it still does. I had a hold on the charts and on Twitter for the longest time. Like there was a point for at least 2 months straight on Twitter where I couldn't go on Twitter without finding like a lyric reference to one of the songs on this album, people praising this girl and everything. Like she was everywhere. She still is everywhere. Yeah, the album is just really good. Like I don't know what y'all want me to say. I've already made a video on this album ranking the songs. That was really fun. And I don't think my recommendations have changed. Deja Vu is still my number 1. Favorite Crime still in my top 3 or top 5. I don't remember where I put it. I think it was in my top 3. I think I put Jealousy a little higher though. It's one of my recommendations. I know in the video I think I put it as like number 6, either number 5 or number 6. It has moved up to my top 5 now. I don't know how, I don't know when that happened, but I definitely recommend it. If you are living under a rock and have not listened to this album, yeah, listen to Deja Vu, Favorite Crime, and Jealousy. Next, I will be talking about My Toe by DPR Ian. Yeah, y'all know how I feel about this man. Y'all know how obsessed. If you follow me on Twitter, y'all know how I feel about this man. Album of the year. Literally one of my favorite, maybe my number 1 album. Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna have to rethink. Definitely top 3 though. I listen to this album daily. Still, it came out in March. It's been 9 months and I still listen to nearly every song on this album daily. That's insane. The hold this album has me is insane. If you guys don't know DPR, self-made label, DPR Ian, a singer, vocalist, so talented, king, producer, pretty sure he's the CEO of the label, released his debut album this year and it's so good. And then DPR Live, I mentioned him when I talked about the Shang-Chi album. He's a rapper under DPR. He's also really good, but I'm gonna save him in the other video I make. So whenever this album is mentioned, it's under the K-pop category, which I've never understood because none of it is in Korean. The only thing that could like connect it to K-pop is the fact that Ian is Korean and DPR is a self-made label in Korea, but none of this album is, all of this is in English. So I'm just like, I'm gonna put it in this video because I think that counts. Yeah, so DPR Ian, Mito, so good. Listen to it, it's really good. I had nothing, like I've been praising this album nearly like monthly, weekly on Twitter, so y'all that follow me on Twitter are probably sick of me. Sorry, but I'm not, because listen to it and then you will understand. You will see what I see when you listen to this album. I swear I'm not making this up. Some of the best music I've heard in a minute, and his voice, it's so unique. I'm so upset that I couldn't go to the HITC festival that happened last month. Like I still think about it and I still cry, but then again, like festivals and COVID, not a good mix, absolutely not. But still, oh my god, his voice, it's so good. The songs I would recommend on the album, just to like get you guys into it: Nerves, a little alternative pop banger. It should be played on radios. Funerals, graduations, weddings, you name it. Maybe not weddings, it's kind of depressing, but a song that could be played at weddings, graduations, funerals, and every social gathering: No Blueberries. No Blueberries featuring DPR Live and CL. Y'all might know this song because a video of them performing it went viral when Ian and CL were flirting on stage. I don't know how that video went viral. I'm not surprised it did. Just confused, but y'all might recognize the song a little bit because they were performing it in that video, and the video, that like 10-second clip of it went viral. Yeah, their impact is insane. Listen to it, listen to the full thing, you'll love it, I swear. And then the third song is Welcome to the Show. When I tell y'all, this song, it brings out my spirit. Like I feel like a shell of myself when I listen to this song. I'm like in a deep trance when I listen to this song. Like, don't touch me, don't bother me when my earbuds are in and I'm listening to this song, because I won't respond. I'm in my own world when this song comes on. You won't get it. You won't get it unless you listen to it. Welcome to the Show is by far probably the best song. I like listen to it daily. That's not a joke. I have listened to this song daily. It's the only thing that's kept me going in 2021. Welcome to the Show, No Blueberries, and Nerves. All of them have music videos, but Welcome to the Show has like half of a music video. Like it doesn't have a video for the full song. I don't know why he did that. I'm still mad that he did that. whatever. If you guys want to hear me talk about DPR live, check it out in the next video. Next song I will be talking about is Hot Hot by Bree Runway, my queen. Y'all know how I feel about bree Runway. This was such a summer anthem, a summer hit. The sample did not go through though on like the actual song on the streaming apps. That's kind of disheartening, but it's still a banger. Playing it all summer long. Like, she kind of had me in her clutches with this one, as she did last year. Nothing has changed. It's my favorite summer song. I feel like this and like a few of the songs on Doja's Planet Her album. Hot Hot was different though. It was in different lanes, different areas. Listen to it if you haven't already. Listen to all of Bree Runway's works if you have not already. Her projects, her music, so good. And the last album I'm going to be talking about is an album that has also recently come out within, I think, the last month or two. 333 by tenacio. Yep. Tenacio is such an enigma because I don't understand how she just makes this stuff look so easy. Everything she puts out, she just does it with ease. Like, she performs it, doesn't make it look hard. The music videos, she dances and sings, and the notes she hits, she does it with so much ease. It's kind of criminal. And she does this all self-made. Like, are you kidding me? No. The Songs for You album was already a hit. Like, the streets wouldn't show up about for like 2 years. This though, 333, how do I describe perfection? How do I describe this? Okay, so if you haven't listened to it yet, you should. She really ended the year with one of the best albums ever. It's a pretty long album though. It's like, I think 16 tracks, but it's all pretty worth it. The three that I would recommend: Let Go, which is the album opener. One of the most beautiful album openers I've ever listened to in my life. Like, she has pipes for days. That album opener, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And then 333, the song, you might get confused listening to it. I know I was. The amount of switch ups, the beat changes, the harmonies, you won't get it. The second time you will understand. You'll be like, wow, this is artistry at its finest. The girls who get it, and the girls who don't. I'm sorry. The third song I would recommend is Pasadena, which is, I think, the leading single. I think the only single from this album. No, I think Bouncin' was the leading single and Pasadena was the second one. Maybe it was the other way around, I don't know. But Pasadena is like my favorite single out of those two. Perfection. It's just so good. A summer hit, though I don't think it came out in the summer. I think it came out in September, I think. So right when summer ended, which is something I was kind of bitter about, but I still played it as if it was summer. It is snowing outside and I still play it on repeat. That's how good it is. It's excellent. The whole album is perfection. But those are the three I would recommend if you just want to see what I'm talking about. I swear, once you listen to Let Go, you'll get it. And then you'll feel the need to listen to the rest of the album. I swear. But yeah, those are all the albums that I have loved in 2021. Albums that I would highly recommend. Most of these albums are made by women. Not surprising. Women have outsold, specifically Black women. They've been doing the damn thing in music always, but this year specifically, outselling everyone. That's crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, thank you. If you'd like to follow me on my social media, here it is. I mostly interact on Twitter, but if you'd like to follow me on all my other social medias, it will be linked in the description below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.